we're skipping ahead 5 years with our next entry, Sleepaway Camp 2. Sorry, the full title is actually Sleepaway Camp 2 Unhappy Campers.
Get it right.
Yeah, you need the subtitle.
Yep.
Before I even get into the plot of this and our rankings, the poster for this is fucking insane. Like, I have it right here.
Yep.
How do you get away with this?
Yeah.
Like, I remember seeing this poster in the video store, and I remember thinking it must be a parody.
Yeah.
Like, it's got to be a parody horror film, because otherwise... So we've got this girl on the cover who, by the way, is not... It's Angela, but it's
supposed to be.
It's not It's not Felissa Rose, and it's not the new actress, Pamela Springsteen. Yep. It's this random model they get, and she's got this backpack, like a camp backpack on, and she's got a chainsaw for Leatherface, a hockey mask for Jason Voorhees, and a Freddy Krueger bladed glove. And I like the hockey mask you can get away with because it doesn't look like the Jason one. It's just a hockey mask. That you can't copyright that. A chainsaw is a chainsaw. Fair enough. I don't know that is a real thing. I think we've talked about this. The bladed Freddy Krueger glove. Does this have any practical function? Do we use this in anything else?
Like
that you
trimming
can't
your hedges, maybe.
Right.
But even then, they don't. They're not scissors.
No.
So you just have to like...
If this is a real thing, I want someone to please comment with what this function is. What do you use this for other than to terrorize teenagers in their dreams?
That's right. Other than dream killer.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, that poster is insane. Yeah. Even more insane, and we're going to get into it, is that's a poster that actually is real. Like, it's often they put shit on the poster. It's like, well, that never actually happens.
But she does.
Some of that stuff, some of that stuff might come up here. Sleepaway Camp 2. Mark, I'm going to guess this is your number one.
It is. Yeah. I love this movie.
Yeah. You're not alone.
Yeah.
A lot of people say this is the best entry. This is my number 2.
Yeah. Okay.
I put it lower because I don't like the direction that 2 and 3 go in.
Yeah.
I think 1 is better. I think 2 and 3... and it's kind of surprising for me to take this side. Usually you take the classier pick, which is like the more serious entry, 2 and 3 become camp. And I like campy movies, but these don't work for me.
But not after... this, right? Like
2 and 3 just they don't work for me. The campiness, like, it's my number 2, so it sounds like it's high. There's only 5 fucking entries, and really there's
something's gotta be.
No, but then also there's really only 4 fucking entries, honestly. So it's my number 2, but I just don't like the campy direction that 2 and 3 go into, and I'll get into why it specifically doesn't work for me, because I like schlocky movies. I don't think these ones quite land. Yep. It's a fine line between just being a bad movie and being an entertainingly bad movie, right? But before we can get into that, let's get into the plot as we always do. So it opens with a group of young people telling scary stories at a campfire. Everyone is wearing shirts with Camp Rolling Hills on them.
I thought this would be a nice little hint towards
you gave your own little foreshadowing of what it was going to be, and mine just says Happy Camper.
I like that shirt though. That's just out of the wild, that one.
I happened to find a shirt that said Happy Camper, and I'm like, it's kind of perfect actually. I don't actually know if they say this in the first one. I think this is a second and third entry.
Well, because it's part of the song.
Right, the whole Happy Camper thing, right? And Mark, correct me if I'm wrong, that is an actual screen-used prop.
That's right.
From the second movie.
I had to wash the blood out.
Yeah, that's you paid, what, $1,500 for that shirt? You told me?
Yeah,
Upwards of?
And every dollar was worth it.
And it did not come with a certificate of authenticity. You just went off the guy's word.
I trust.
And it looks like it was just printed, but obviously that's just goes to the quality of the prop making back then.
Yep.
Yeah, that's great. Yep. So this is our new camp that we're at. And we have these kids telling spooky stories. And one of the girls starts to tell a story about a nearby camp, Camp Arawak, and retells the massacre from Sleepaway Camp 1.
Right.
Which is kind of a neat little touch. Again, similar to Friday the 13th. Maybe they were copying that. I don't know, because they use that in the Friday the 13th movies. I think it's the second one they do that, where he's like...
I like that, though.
I know.
I don't mind
we
it.
all like the spooky campfire stories, right? Just then, a female counselor appears and takes the young girl away as one of the boys reveals that Angela, after the events of part 1, was put in a psychiatric hospital. And this is important, given a sex change operation, further proving my point that that was a pointless twist.
They just decided, like when this production company took over, they're like, yeah, we don't want to deal with any of that.
They're like, who cares? They're like, yeah, no, they just made her a girl.
Yep.
And I guess Angela wanted that at that point. That's another.
They don't really
that's
go
also
into it.
up for debate.
Yeah.
Maybe that was a missed opportunity. Like maybe Angela should have could have become a guy. And they could have gone with that. Like, I don't know. Maybe like there was an opportunity for them to do something more interesting there. And instead they kind of just one line fix it of like, no, we know it's we have an actress playing technically a boy. Let's just make it an actress and let's not have to complicate this. Sure. Cut back to the girl and the female counselor, who is revealed to be Angela, who's a little bit older. And Angela, this time around, is not played by Felissa Rose. She is played by Pamela Springsteen.
Yeah.
Where do we know her from, Mark?
Most of us probably know her from the association of who her brother is.
Well, who's that? Who's that?
Who's that guy?
Yeah, who's that guy? Bruce something?
Yeah.
I don't know. Some sort of musician. Some indie
They call him the
music guy.
master. No, it's the boss. No,
The master.
The master.
The master. Pamela Springsteen. What a weird connection.
Yeah.
It's so strange.
And did she have any other
all
credits?
Minor shit. All minor shit. This was kind of her thing. Kind of like Felissa Rose. She just kind of, This is like her thing. Yeah. So Angela is lecturing the girl about sneaking off to hang out with the boys. And the two start going back and forth and arguing before the girl storms off. Angela sneaks up behind her and whacks her with a log before cutting off her tongue, which is very funny because they kind of fuck up this effect. You can clearly see Angela cuts out her tongue and the blood, rather than spurt from the tongue, it like spurts in from off screen. Like
it's like splashes onto
right. It like splashes onto the tongue. It's like that's not how biology works, but sure. It's like the blood manifests from the ether onto the tongue. Yeah. Okay.
That's how that works.
Yeah, absolutely. Cut to the title card and hot pink font. The credits accompanied by some slamming rock music. This is kind of awesome. So even though it's just text over a black background, I give it a pass.
Yep.
I like it's slamming music, and I like the hot pink font.
I think they also use the Halloween font.
Is it actually?
I believe. I got some Halloween vibes when I was watching it. I'm like, ooh, you took that from somewhere.
Maybe. I would never accuse this franchise of stealing things from other franchises.
I mean, the whole thing is a ripoff.
A ripoff of Friday the 13th, right. Yeah. Cut to the next day where we meet a fresh crop of female campers, and Angela lies that she had to send home the troublesome girl who she actually killed the previous day. Right. We're then introduced to Angela's Uncle John, who owns the camp. We're going to get into it later. Who the fuck is this? Who is this Uncle John?
Was it her uncle? Is it?
Yeah, she says Uncle John. Okay. Is that Ricky's dad? I have questions.
No.
The movie gives us no answers, so it doesn't help. Yeah. But his role is very nebulous. We're also introduced to the popular campers, including another queen bee bitch, Allie.
Allie. Yep.
We get the stoner twin sisters, a few hunky boys, and the innocent Molly, who's kind of like our final girl.
Yeah.
We're also introduced to head counselor TC, who to me looks like a doofy Dave Coulier.
Yeah, and acts like it too.
Which like is funny because Dave Coulier looks like a doofy Dave Coulier. Right. So I don't know, just he's got a very cartoon look to him.
Right.
It's funny. Yeah. He talks to Angela and expresses some concern about Angela kicking people out of camp. He's not really happy that she kind of just, because Angela's not the head counselor. She's just one of the counselors. So he doesn't really like that she did that without consulting him or her Uncle John. I already forgot his name. Was it Uncle John?
Yeah.
Uncle John. And Angela then like dodges the question and just like runs off. It's like, okay. Cut to Molly getting to know nice guy Sean by the pool. Sean is kind of like the final guy in this movie. Later, Angela catches the Stoner twins getting high and drinking, which angers her. So she proceeds to roast them both alive on a barbecue pit.
Yeah.
Brutal. Then, after an incident with the boys, one of the female campers requests to go home. So Angela kills her too, of course.
Right.
Yep. That time, I think, with a drill. Nice girl Molly comes to Angela seeking some advice about Sean, and they have a little heart-to-heart, and it's one of the few non-crazy Angela moments in this film. And she finds Angela in front of a locked-up cabin with a no trespassing sign on it. It's like this cabin that's like away from the rest of camp. I guess it's like they don't use it anymore for some reason.
Older and kind of run down, so it's just
it's bored. It's kind of boarded up, and they don't use it. Fed up with the tight ass Angela, the boys decide to try and prank her by scaring her. One of them dresses up as Freddy fucking Krueger. What?
Now this will give Angela one hell of a nightmare.
How do you get away with this? Because it's not like he just uses the glove and it's like, oh, it's kind of like you're referencing Nightmare on Elm Street. No. He dresses up in Freddy makeup, and I think he even has like a fedora on.
Right.
I don't think this was made by New Line.
No.
Like, how are you not sued? Like this, it blows my mind. And then another one dresses up as Jason Voorhees, like with a machete.
Yeah.
So like,
and the mask, it's got the whole thing.
And to me, that's not parody. Yeah. Like that's just theft. It's not homage either. Yeah. That's just straight. You took the characters and then you did. I don't know how you don't get sued for this.
You know, you got to reward their bravery for reaching out.
To their credit, it's one of the few movies where the wild shit on the poster is in the actual fucking movie. The plan backfires, of course, and Angela gets the drop on them, killing them both. And she actually cuts off one of their faces and wears it and uses a fucking chainsaw to kill the other kid.
Yeah.
So it's Leatherface. Yeah. Again, how are you getting away with this? They rip off three of the biggest slasher movie franchises.
I don't know. I guess you can't copyright stuff. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. Man.
I mean, everyone knows what they're referencing.
That's fucking wild. Yeah. You know, like that's like exact details of the character, though. Yeah. That's I don't know. That's
or maybe the copyright folks are like, yeah, we don't care about this. Like
I guess
get the hell out of here.
Like now, you could never do that. No. Yeah. TC notices even more campers are now missing, and what follows is Angela killing literally anyone who bothers her.
Yeah.
Piling up the bodies in her secret cabin in the woods, and her uncle fires her after realizing she has sent home so many campers, culminating in Angela snapping and literally murdering the entire camp.
That's right.
The end. That's the plot of Sleepaway Camp II. This movie is... You thought the first one was short. 80 minutes long. It is an 80-minute runtime. There is zero plot to speak of. No. Did you notice how quickly I got through that plot synopsis?
They move away from that pretty quick. They're just like, no, slashers are popular right now.
It's just kills.
That's what this is going to be.
Yeah, it's just kills.
Yeah.
Why don't I kick this off? Because I want to explain why I don't think 2 and 3 really work. Okay. We have a complete tonal shift now.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
1 had a high body count. 2 and 3 were like trying to set records with their body counts. And there's just there's no story here. There's just the story. The plot is gone,
Yep.
but it's to the detriment of the actual film. So now the movie is more campy and it's very tongue in cheek. Some of the humor honestly works for me. Like the two stoner sisters, I find them very funny.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of shit in here that makes me think of the fun 80s, like just humor of the time, right? I like campy slashers. I like some of this. I like those two stoner sisters. They made me chuckle. Like they're like stupid song they sing.
Drink and fuck. And if you pay me money on my titties, you can suck.
Where they're like getting high and drinking in the woods.
They're taking the classic summer camp song that they were all singing together in the mess hall.
And then twist
it. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a panty raid scene.
Yep.
I have a question for you, Mark, because you're a child of the 80s.
Yeah.
Was this ever a real thing?
I do think this was a real thing.
Like,
so I think when I was at camp, we did this.
Really?
Yeah.
This was a real thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think that I don't think that is
because like,
fake.
was this a made up thing for movies? Because like, I swear to God, there's all these movies from this decade.
Now, whether or not it
like what? Yeah, did art imitate life?
Right.
Or did
I think
life
it was like,
imitate art?
I've heard of this from a movie. Let's go do this. Yeah.
Yeah, like those funny nerds did it, so it'd be hilarious when we do it, right? Yeah. I don't know. That works for me. Yeah. I like that. There's some funny editing in this movie. Did you catch like there'll be some editing shots where like somebody dies and then it cuts to like someone like spilling red paint.
Right.
Like Angela will kill someone and then just it'll cut to that. Like it looks like blood.
Something that looks like it would be connected, but it's not. But it's yeah.
Yeah, like someone's like pouring
witty
syrup.
Yep.
Like and it kind of looks like blood being spilled. It's like there's some good stuff there.
Yep.
Angela starts doing some one-liners and there's some humor with her. They're really trying to make this funny. And I think a lot of the humor works for me. These are things that work for me.
Yep.
Where it doesn't work for me is Angela. Let's talk about Felissa Rose versus Pamela Springsteen. What did you think?
So this is one of the questions that I have for you.
Because the character changes now. Yeah. This is not the same character.
Yeah. So in order to explain this, we might have to flip back to me to talk to a little bit about why I do like this movie a bit better. You remember when we first started the show, I had said that I didn't get the chance to watch the original Sleepaway Camp until I was in my 20s. For whatever reason, when I was a teenager, 13, 14, Sleepaway Camp II and Sleepaway Camp III were always available. They were always there at the video store. They were always on TV for like a Halloween.
Oh no! So this is going to be a Friday 7 thing.
So the thing about this is, when I think about Sleepaway Camp to me is Pamela Springsteen.
So this is a Friday 7 thing where you're like, when you think of Jason, you think of that zombie Jason. And,
like so. When I went and watched the original, I was like, oh, wow, that's nothing like the Sleepaway Camp that I associate with Sleepaway Camp.
No, because it's not just super campy.
Right.
And
so for you had the opposite experience, right? That you saw this one and then it was like a jolting, like, oh, wow, that's strange to go from this to this. I went the other way.
To the tongue-in-cheek
For
shit.
me, Sleepaway Camp was always just a
zany
slasher, 80s to the max, right?
Yeah.
So then when I saw the first one, I was like, oh, that one's like really serious.
Yeah.
There's like a plot here. That doesn't.
And like in 2, did you notice like, okay, so in the first one, there's like you said, there's all these young kid extras running around. Yeah. Did you notice in 2, it's like all now teenagers,
That's right.
But it's not just teenagers. It's the teenagers that are played by 20-something year olds.
They've gone back to the way that these things usually go.
Right. And and now we got tons of nudity.
Yeah.
There's a lot of nudity in 2 and 3. Yeah. Because you have like it seemed like in the camp in 2, every one of those kids was like 18 plus.
Yeah, so that's one of the points that I have is that do kids at this age actually go to camp? And please tell us, because like when I went to camp, I was 12.
Like maybe
something
Jewish
like that.
camp.
Yeah, maybe.
No, because that's like a thing.
I don't know.
Like,
but like they're old enough so that they can do some of the things that you mentioned, like the nudity and to make the kills a little bit more grown up. But at the same time, then you age them out of going to camp. So that is the one thing that kind of seemed a little strange. Like, do people this age actually go to summer camp? And please tell us if that's a thing. It certainly wasn't when I was a kid, but maybe that's just me. By that age, I was not thinking about going to camp, but apparently there's a Camp Rolling Hills that's full of like 17, 18-year-old kids that are.
What are you talking about, Mark? That's where we just came from. We came from Camp Rolling Hills and Camp New Horizons. That's where we watched.
We're going right
movies.
Back there.
Yeah,
once
right.
we're
Yeah,
done
exactly.
there, so.
Yeah, we're going to Camp New Horizons. Yeah, for the troubled youth. That's us. No, but so you're right. These are two different franchises, and that was actually part of the. Sorry, two different tones, and that was actually part of the reason they didn't want Felissa Rose back. So Felissa Rose wanted to come back. The producers found she didn't fit.
She read the
tonal
script,
shift.
and she's like, "Oh, this isn't."
It's more campy. Yeah. This is a very different Angela. She kind of has a little bit of one-liners now. Not as much as 3, but in 2, she's starting to do a little bit more quippy shit.
Yep.
They completely changed her character. So she goes from like this weirdo alien in the first movie. And it's almost kind of a shame because we just never got to see what Felissa Rose could have done. Yeah. But at the same time, I kind of want to credit them for recognizing you're probably not the best pick for the direction we
want this to go from now on. Yeah.
And Pamela Springsteen kind of kills it.
She does. She's exactly what this movie needs. Right. Yeah. So again, I would put it out to the viewers. Like, please tell us in the comments, is Sleepaway Camp Pamela Springsteen for you, or is Sleepaway Camp Felissa Rose for you? Because I think you can go either way, and either one of them is a valid choice.
And actually, I might surprise you with this. I think when I think of Angela, I think of Pamela Springsteen. Yeah. I don't think of Felissa Rose because Felissa Rose plays the little girl.
Right.
Like, I don't really see her as the killer.
Yeah.
And now
she really got to come out in her own.
She really gets to come in her own in 2 and 3.
Yeah.
And my favorite version, when it comes up, I'm going to talk about my favorite version of that character, right? So back to this new interpretation.
Yep.
So Angela in this movie, she functions as kind of like, she's almost like a drill sergeant. Like she is following the rules to a fucking T.
Yep.
And no one in the camp likes her, right? She becomes like, she's the moral like authority in the camp. She is basically deciding what is right and wrong and passing that judgment onto all the campers and like kind of forcing them to conform to her way of what is appropriate fun.
Right.
What they should be and what they shouldn't be doing, right?
Yeah, the funny thing is that you can survive camp with Angela if you camp the way that she wants you to camp.
As a good
girl
and boy that follows the rule.
She'll let you
doesn't drink and smoke and fuck.
It's just that nobody can meet those expectations.
No, God forbid they want to have fun. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. How awful. She's constantly just like smiling and like full of pep in this movie. Yeah. It's this weird, almost psychotic level of enthusiasm. Like, do you know what I mean
love
by that?
it. Yeah.
She feels like someone, like it's a complete exact opposite of the muted, silent girl from part 1. It feels like someone that had years of therapy and psychiatric treatment where she actually had a personality shift.
Yeah.
And she's a completely different person.
They kind of say that, like in the movie.
Yeah, she is a completely different person now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they actually, Angela has a line at the end of the movie where she talks about how she went through all this fucking therapy, all these different drugs, and she goes, now I'm cured.
How did you get this job here?
Easy. I've got great recommendations from doctors, psychiatrists, even clergymen. I did my time. 2 years of therapy, electroshock, plus every kind of pill you ever heard of, plus an operation. I'm completely cured. If I wasn't, they wouldn't have let me out.
Which,
not really.
Yeah, not cured in some sense. To the Angela in this movie, camp is everything. Everything to her. This is her universe, is living and breathing the camp world.
I was gonna say it's like it's her church.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Like she feeds off the energy of the camp activity. She's constantly just smiling and like absorbing. Like even when she does the heinous shit, in her mind, she is removing the toxic element, which is disturbing this pure space.
Yeah, in her mind, she's making the camp better by removing
She's improving it.
right.
Yeah. She sings the Happy Camper song. Mark, do you want to talk about
Oh, I'm a happy camper. I love the summer sun. I love the trees and forests. I'm always having fun. Oh, I'm a happy camper. I love the clear blue sky. And with the grace of God, I'll camp until I die. That one?
Sorry, can you do that again? Yes, that one. Good job memorizing that. Yeah, that was necessary.
How do you not know that song?
I mean, I just make my version is like
I
the
think I got
stoner
it right.
system.
Yeah.
Stoner
Yeah,
system. version.
hers are better. Can you sing that one?
On my titties, you can suck. I like their rendition better.
Happy camper. Yeah. I love to drink and fuck. Or
Yeah.
No, is that?
Yeah, I like to drink and fuck and something.
And if you pay me money
on my titties, you can suck.
Something like that. Like it's just
their version's the shit. Yeah. So we have an Angela that it's just like they've reinvented her character. She's just all in on this. She's you've met people like this before.
Like just the moral, like in their mind, they're the morality police, and
they're supposed to be like Miss Purity and Chastity, but also there's something weird below the surface because they're positive and energetic to a creepy level,
to a fault,
right?
Yep.
So no one likes her.
Go ahead and joke. But I never thought pornography was funny.
You're right. I'm ashamed of myself. I'll handle it.
They should be sent home.
No, there's no way. Uncle John would never go for that. Charlie and Emilio have been coming here for years. Don't worry, I'll handle it. Oh, by the way, you might want to keep your eyes and ears open tonight. I think a couple of the kids are going to try to scare you. I overheard them talking about it.
Don't worry, I'll handle it.
This is why 2 and 3 fail me, because they both have the same problem. Angela is our main character.
Yeah, I was wondering how you'd respond to that.
You can't do that. You can't have the slasher as the main character unless you're Patrick Bateman. And that's the point of that movie, is you get to watch a sociopath. You got to see a day in the life of a sociopath and how horrific that is. You can't do that. You need a Sally Hardesty, a Nancy, a fucking Alice, a Tommy Jarvis.
I think it depends on
have a slasher as the main fucking character because now we have no tension.
I think it has to do with the tone plays into this though, right? Like all of those movies that you listed where the killer isn't the main character, we're all serious. This is not a serious movie. Right? So I think it's an intentional choice to follow Angela because they're like, there's no mystery about who's killing them. You're going to see her do it. Like she's the one killing all these people, right? So it's not there's no twist or reveal at the end like there was in the first one, right? There's not a lot of character building. It's all for the
right. There's not a lot of character building. So we have zero characters other than Angela, but Angela's just a monster. Yeah. So what is the point?
I think they opt for fun over development.
But I think you can do. But there are fun, campy slasher movies that do it right, and I think this does it wrong. I think the biggest mistake they made was making Angela the main protagonist. I think Angela should have, because there's no mystery. Yeah. The first fucking 5 minutes, Angela kills murders a girl. Yeah. So you know she's the killer. There's no twist at the end of this movie. Angela just massacres everyone with zero consequence, and the movie literally ends with her getting away. Yeah. She kills like a hitchhiker. She hitchhikers, kills that woman, and that's how the movie ends. It's like, so, like she's living in a cartoon world. Yeah. Where there's no consequences, there's no stakes, and I can't get invested in fucking anyone. Like they give a little bit of screen time to Molly and Sean. They
try to make them the survivors.
Right.
Of that, yeah.
But they get not enough screen time. So I don't get to know them enough.
Yeah.
So I don't feel anything for them. I'm not attached to them. So I'm kind of just like, oh yeah, you're just more, meat bags for Angela to carve up.
Yeah.
Like I don't even remember, like I know how Molly she's the very last one to get killed, but I don't even remember what happens to Sean. Like what the fuck his death was. Oh, he gets his head chopped off.
Yeah.
It's like it happens off camera, and she like puts his head in the TV. So you're just watching the Angela show.
Yeah, but I think that was the point. And you just don't like it.
I just don't like a movie about a killer that has zero consequences and zero stakes, and there's no one to root for. Because are you rooting for Angela?
Kind of. I think if you were to go, I think the whole idea is that if you go and see this in a movie theater packed with other, teens and 20-year-olds, you're just rooting for Pamela Springsteen to go around like lopping heads off and throwing battery acid in people's faces. Like,
let's compare it to Friday the 13th again.
Yeah.
By the filmmakers even admitted this. Everybody just started rooting for Michael and Freddie and Jason.
Mm-hmm.
And I agree. We all do to a point. And the point and where that to a point comes, nobody was rooting for Loomis to get killed. No one was rooting for Nancy or Alice to get killed. Nobody wanted Tommy Jarvis dead. You have to give us some characters we actually like.
Yeah.
You have to actually give us some really good protagonists. And this franchise fucking fails in all of these entries.
They just put campers in the wood chipper for,
that's it.
80 minutes or whatever.
That's it. Yeah. You got 80 minutes of stock characters. They do the most minor attempt to give you a few people you might like attach yourself to. And they usually just kill those people anyways. So we have no real final people.
Yeah, but I mean, you kind of know that. I mean, all the character names, they're all named after Brat Pack actors.
This one and this third one do some stupid naming bullshit.
I don't think there was ever a moment where they thought, hey, you know what? We want the audience to feel for these characters. No, the whole point was just, hey, let's do some cool creative kills. Pamela Springsteen will be funny. She's going to be the focus. We're not going to make this Halloween or something else where we're going to give you somebody to attach to. No. Let's just have some fun.
You're right.
Yeah.
I just don't think it works.
Yeah,
gone is the artistry of the first movie. You know what I miss from the first movie? Where are all those activities? Do you remember all those scenes they gave us from the first movie where it was just like kids being kids and having fun? This movie feels more hollow. It just feels like the camp is more empty. They have less extras. And literally, when we get to the next one, you watch the progression of that camp go from this bustling, real feeling camp to a little bit less where it's like, oh, now we all just have 80s teenagers that are all smoking and fucking and drinking. And then we get to the next entry where it's like, that's not even a camp.
It's like 20 people total.
Right. Oh, maybe not even that. Maybe like 12. It's like, it's not even a fucking camp, right? Yeah. So I miss the camp. Yeah. The camp
and if
took a little bit.
And again, if you are coming into this from
one,
I can see where there's a big void left. Because you're right. Almost like the greatest thing about the first one was that they set up this tremendous environment and did really well with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I probably would agree with you more if I had watched these the same way you did.
So you watched 2 before 1, though?
Yeah, like 10 years before.
Okay, yeah. So
I was still a kid, like experiencing slashers for the first time.
Enough. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
I'll just let's go back to the Uncle John thing. Who the fuck are you?
I think
explain this, Mark. This is your favorite entry. Explain this.
So first of all, my interpretation of this is that I think the Uncle John name is just like he's the old man of the camp. So they all just call him Uncle, but he's not like technically anyone's uncle.
It could be.
You
could be right.
I don't think he's related to anybody.
I feel like they needed a little bit, just maybe one line explaining because Angela apparently was rehabilitated, right?
Yep.
We needed one little line of acknowledgement, maybe from Uncle John being like, Angela, part of your rehabilitation was, I only agreed to take you on because your therapist told me. Like, I just needed a little line to explain how you go from massacring 13 people to going through treatment for, she's not even that old in this movie. So let's say, how long has it been? Like 8 years or whatever the fuck in their timeline, but it hasn't been long, to getting released She didn't escape. That's as important. She did not escape. She was hired for this job. Did they not know?
I don't think they know. I don't think they're aware of.
You think she just somehow snuck in and got in? Well, that's more the third one, though. See, my interpretation, the way I interpreted it, we're going really deep on Sleepaway Camp 2 here. My interpretation was that was Ricky's dad, and Ricky's dad was trying to help Angela reintegrate into society.
I think, again, you're looking to add more meat to this movie. There isn't. And I understand why you would want it, right? Yeah. It's got to have consequences, but I think you're looking in the wrong place for... there's no plot here.
There's no film.
There's
here.
no, yeah.
No, that's it.
This is not a movie, dude.
Mark, what do you got? I don't have much. I mean, there's a big thing I want to talk about, but
I think I know what that is.
The 10 million kills.
Oh, there's that. So do you have a body count for this one?
19.
19.
There's 19
that's
fucking kills.
That's a lot for.
The problem is, so it just devolves into, it's just scene after scene of Angela just murdering people.
Yeah.
There's just no stakes to it.
Yeah.
And some of these kills are good. The Stoner sisters getting roasted. That's pretty brutal. And later on you see their skeleton.
Yeah, and there was something about they couldn't have one of the two girls physically be present on set. She wasn't old enough to see that. There's something to do with the ages of the actors that they used.
I know that was an issue with the nudity in this movie. They had that issue. Angela uses a chainsaw. There's like a chainsaw kill.
Yep.
There is the awesome kill with, I think it's Allie, the outhouse.
Yep.
Drowns her in the fucking outhouse.
As someone who...
Very iconic.
My parents have a cottage. Outhouses were, a part of life in the summer. You have a fear of outhouses if you've, ever had to use one, right? So that was impactful. Yep. No, I love when they do like a kill tableau. Friday 13th is good for this. Jason always likes to, line
hang
up his
the
bodies.
Yeah.
Her using that abandoned cabin off in the woods as like a spot to store. Oh, awesome.
So that is the coolest thing about this movie is that like, as the film goes on, she's racking up this body count. She's hiding their body in this kill room in this cabin in the woods, and you see the corpses, and she just keeps adding to this collection. And you're right, it's like she puts the one guy's head in the television,
and then she starts talking to the TV like, I wonder what's on right now.
She has like a very again, it's very tongue in cheek, and she's goofing around, and Pamela Springsteen does a great job like chewing the scenery in that, but. That's cool. I like that. Yeah, I like that.
How old were you when you saw this? Do you figure?
No, I just saw this.
Oh, so you just watched it for the first
time?
time?
I told you. I only saw the first one. I never saw 2, 3, and so I never saw any of them.
I'm going to try and stay professional here. But there's another reason why this movie is particularly influential.
The amount of nudity?
It is, for a 12-year-old, this movie would be a huge awakening.
Oh, it is like gratuitous nudity in this movie. They are throwing tits at you constantly. Yeah. Constantly you are seeing titties. Yeah.
So,
this was the first time I'd seen tits in a movie. It was this one.
But you can imagine
I
somebody
get
watching
it.
this.
Teenage boy would, now I get,
horror movies are a rite of passage for most teenagers.
What Mark is saying is,
here we go.
Mark saw the first one, sees the artistic value, and decided, you know what? A nice pair of tits trumps that any day of the week.
That's right.
Mark is revealing his true perverted self to you. You are seeing a man, a deviant at work here. We're seeing the inner clockwork that goes on in that coconut up top there.
Right. This coming from the guy who wants to use extras like street people can't we just hit them in
if there was if any of them were attractive
movies?
Women, we could use them for some of these nude scenes too. Yeah, there would be that. Yeah. I would be open to that as well. Yeah, these are all great ideas we're having. There's no bad ideas. Do you like the two? I liked the two kids. I guess that was you in that movie then. I guess you're that character, the two kids, the tit patrol.
Yeah.
The two little kids running around taking photos
pictures,
of the topless girls.
What's Angela's problem? I mean, who's gonna see me anyway?
The Tit Patrol, that's who.
Can anything good?
Allie and Mare.
All right.
Man.
That was you and your best friend. That's you and Ryan.
Yeah. I mean, like, you can imagine, like, who are these movies for, right? Sure, they're for teenagers, but there's also an element of any kind of horror movie, slasher movie is, watching these before you're supposed to, right? Before you're allowed to watch them, right?
Yeah.
Catching them on late night TV, or you get to rent one and, surprise, the guy at the video store back when we actually had video stores, you didn't check, so he'd let you walk out of the video rental place with something like this, right? And this is kind of what you get when you are watching something and you're probably a little too young to see it, right? That's why, like, the kills, the imagery in this one is just, it stays with you if you're watching it when you're 11 and 12 years old, right?
There is a scene in this movie, and the third one also has this, that I think maybe perfectly sums up why this movie doesn't work.
Okay.
And same with 3. This is an 80-minute runtime movie.
Yeah.
And there is no story. So it's just kills. And they couldn't even fill that effectively because there's a 5-minute scene of Angela having a dream sequence, which is just reused footage from, I think it reuses footage from part 1 and 2. Do you know what I'm talking about?
They had to pad it out. Yeah.
When you're padding out an 80-minute runtime, you don't have a movie, guys.
I gotta say, though,
scenes.
It's
like, it's so bad, dude. It's like they add these audio effects and they put like blue filters on the screen, like to try to be like, oh no, this is all new shit. This is adding to it. It's like, no, this is just a pad out scene. This one's not as egregious as part 3.
I was gonna say, was that in this one?
No. Part 3 also has it.
Okay, so there's another one there. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's like when you're stretching to get to 80 minutes and you have to do like, come on.
The one in part 3 was definitely to stretch
it's
it.
way worse. 3's way worse. We'll get to it, but this one's not great either. It's 5 minutes.
Yeah.
5 minutes of nothing. You're just it's reused footage.
Yep.
Yeah. Mark, the last word is yours, my friend.
Not last word. There's a scene that I'm hoping you could include a clip of for people to watch. In the first mess hall scene, they're having breakfast. I think it's one of the first ones.
Okay.
And there's this guy that...
Did you find another unibrow guy?
No. Similar to that, though. Some kid spills syrup on his hand, and he spends the whole scene trying to wipe it off. And I swear it was not intentional, but now he's literally covered in maple syrup. So he's trying to do the scene while also trying to clean his hand.
Is he an extra, though? Or is he background?
I think he might have like one line. He's at one of the tables. The kids are talking about what's going on, right? But I don't know whether he's pouring syrup on his pancakes and he's looking the wrong way and just gets it all over himself. But then he spends so much time like literally in the scene trying to clean himself off. I just thought it was funny. Just the stupid shit that happens in the background when you've got all these extras and people, but they don't have the opportunity to reshoot the scene. So there's like, well, kid, you're going in with syrup all over yourself. So I thought it was kind of a funny moment.
Yeah.
So Uncle John, played by Walter Gotell. Do you? So he played General Gogol in a number of James Bond movies. So this was
he's like a known actor.
Yeah, and this would have been about the same time that he did that. He was in some of the Roger Moore ones, which were primarily in the 80s. So this was not a one and done for him. He actually had some like decent movie credits, and he chose Sleepaway Camp II as that to be one of them. So thank you, sir. You do us credit.
Your service.
Yeah. Yep.
I like how Mark references the James Bond film.
You got it, man.
Like my dad would reference.
James Bond's great.
Yeah.
You love it.
But like not the modern James. I want to be clear. You're referencing the old James Bond movies.
That's correct.
Right.
Yeah.
Not the Craig.
Not
the
the
Brosnan.
last 3 James Bonds.
Right. No. Like yeah, he was part of the Roger Moore era.
Right.
Yeah.
Classic era.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Cool.
Yeah. No, I just think this movie's a fun experience. Yep. This to me
teenage
is
kid-
what Sleepaway Camp is.
A teenage boy, Justin, would like this, but I think a more seasoned, disciplined film viewer, if I rewatched this, like it's like at one point I rewatched and purged like half of my collection.
Yep.
If I had rewatched this would not have made the cut.
No.
I don't own any of these movies.
But you didn't get the chance. You didn't get the benefit of being able to watch this
with bright
at midnight.
Of course, right.
Sleeping bags in the basement.
I would have nostalgia for
Yeah.
it, but I think coming in clean, it's just a bad movie.
Yeah, I will say though that watching it again for the show did remind me why I'm like, oh yeah, I totally would have dug this as a kid.
Yeah,
and
yeah. And you have the mind of a child, so it works
That's-
perfectly.
it's- yeah.
Now it makes sense. All right.
Yeah.